All right, good afternoon. It is March 16th, 2022, and today here's what we're looking at. Turned out to be a range day. I drew these highs because it formed a midline in the general area also of the opening price. You can see that bounce right there, and at the opening price we find some influence over prices, and then right here we find some influence, so all along here. So I do believe that that is valid. I had my highs, I think, like, I don't know, here or here, and you can see right here there's some, definitely some influence there. So I mean, it just depends on how you play it, and I do think this one works. I was looking for a target, maybe a measured move just like yesterday, but we never hit that. And yeah, some good trades in here. Unfortunately, I didn't see any way to get in this uptrend, but I definitely saw some nice shorts. And then later when we started trending up, there were some good entries. So we'll take a look here. So I guess 5 o'clock comes right about here. And we were trending up strongly, but I just think this is too like there's too much overlap in here. First entry, second entry, higher low, and there's micro congestion there, doji, inside bar. This has got a lot of stem to it. So and then we sell off, and then we like spike down and form this channel up. No failures set up well here. This is a second entry, so this isn't a higher low, this is a lower low. So I don't think you can really enter there. This is all too far from the EMA, and then we form this this like trend channel down. You can see first entry, failed second entry long. That doesn't really set up well. But then we get a second entry short, and we made that double top, and it just, this looks like a people probably went long here on the failed second entry short. But I'm not looking to go long personally here, just because this looks like we had a break of a channel and a move to a new high. This looks like we had a break of a channel and a move to a new high, and this is a channel down. I don't know if I would take that in real time. I'm not sure if I would be thinking going short in real time, but I would probably think prices would at least try and come back and test this opening price, which we failed to do. We get an overshoot of this channel, and prices just bounce and rocket up, make another leg to a new high right here, and we get a break, and you get a second entry long here, but signal bar is just not very good, and this was just a range. Look how tight that congestion is. You don't want to, you really, I mean, this is just, you don't even want to enter that. That range fails. We make this channel down, and I got trapped right here. So here's what I saw, and the reason I got trapped. I looked at it as a second entry short. It is a little bit away from the trend channel, which I think would be right there, just about. And you have an overshoot, which I didn't have this channel drawn, so that's tough. But I think why I got tricked is this very this looks like a one leg of correction, but I think maybe that's a double bottom as well, which I didn't see until now. So first entry, second entry, that would have worked. But at that point, I mean, I'm not sure. I think now I'm looking at it, that's a move to a new high as well. This looks like the better entry. So I just got trapped. Looks like a double bottom, first entry, second entry. So then we make like a test once. We didn't quite make it, but this looks like a double test, triple test. You might consider going long there. Probably finding support at these highs is what's happening. And then we're just chopping around and very congestive. I don't like this. But then this started to look like a channel up. We bounce off the lows yet again. And one leg of correction, two legs of correction. That looks very, like, those look like measured legs. So I like this failure right here. And if you didn't jump in on that, the signal bar here, I don't think you would have gotten trapped here. I don't think it went higher until it went lower. So you would have been good. But then a really good entry right here, you break out of this range and you form a lower high with room back to the EMA to scalp out. I think, me personally, I was looking at it like this failure with room to these highs. So I didn't want to take this because it's going into the channel. But if you're just playing it like a range, then you'd be playing it correctly. And that lower high looks good. People might have looked to go long on a second entry long here, but first of all, that's congestive, and it's looking like a range, and we don't make a new low. Probably would have gotten you a scalp anyway, but so lower highs, but we're not sure what's happening yet. Once you make this lower high, I think we are probably guessing we're either going to go back and test these lows or go lower, and that's what we do. And you get a first entry, second entry off the EMA right there. That looks pretty good to me. And that leads to an overshoot of this channel. You can see we get two perfect measured legs before pull back to the EMA. We form this pink range right here. And if you're feeling aggressive, I think this actually got you a scalp. If you entered 4,300. Oh, no, only 3 ticks. So I was probably just watching the chart and liked how that looked and walked away or something. Yeah, that would have given you, that would be a good sign, this overshoot. And I think I must have had that drawn from the midline, but that midline looks tough to see. I'd probably have it drawn like this because that looks like the midline right there. Boom, boom. Yeah, so that's a pretty big overshoot. Yeah, and that being the case, you definitely want to be super careful. You can see then that leads to a break. If this wasn't convincing, this is definitely convincing. First entry, second entry, they'd probably trap a bunch of people here. This is congestive, so stay out of it. And then you get a first entry. This is probably a news item. I didn't even check today. Second entry, failed second entry long right here. Way too risky. I think it's like 20 or 30 ticks or something, 50 ticks maybe. I wouldn't take it, but that follows the rules. And then you get a first entry, second entry that is off that trend channel, off the EMA. That looks pretty good. Probably with room to these lows. Then we come down here and find support. And you get a double test here, and that's just too congestive, and that looks like you're going into a midline of a range. So I didn't mark that. But if you took that and were planning to ride it back to the EMA, I wouldn't really blame you. This kind of looks like a failed second entry short off a trend channel, but it's kind of too early to be going long, I feel like. This kind of looks like a first entry, failed second entry long right here. Especially we're expecting a move to a new low after this channel broke. Yeah. At least maybe think to test this support. That's definitely aggressive because of this support right here. We just bounced there. But we come down here and we don't quite make it to the overnight lows, and we form this pink range, and we bounce out of there. And technically this is a failed second entry short, so you can take that, and that gets you a nice move up. You might have gotten stopped right here, but if you didn't, probably could have rode it to here. Get a break, move to a new high, make this double top right here, right at the midline, and it takes 1 tick higher than this swing, and you can see we bounced off the midline right here. So that's probably enough to get you a scalp, but I just couldn't mark it. You know, we had a break of this, move to a new high, more convincing break right here, move to a new high, and what do you know? I mean, that forms a spike in channel. So we come down here, nothing here, bounce, and this kind of looks like a first entry, second entry long. So actually, that looks like kind of looks like one leg here, or maybe you'd be looking at it like that. So first entry, I don't know. That's tough. This one, I'm going to mark this as aggressive. Below the EMA too, there's some stem, but that confirms the channel. So we come up here, first entry, second entry, no good signal bar. Then you get the failure right here, failed second entry, short. You might also, actually, this is a first entry, second entry. So the failure means the signal bar doesn't matter so much, but it is a second entry long. So those factors I do like. And if you don't like the second entry, long entry, you get this higher low right here. And that is, I really like that entry. Didn't get much out of it, but I like that. This higher low, I don't think you can take. You're going into these low highs and stuff. And that forms this orange channel, and we shoot up, find this congestion. Looked to me like an overshoot of this spike and channel up, but we just kept on going. And when we bounce off this midline and make a higher low, that was pretty tempting, but I don't think I could mark that. But then when we come back and test it again with a pretty bullish signal bar, you might take that. It's tough because that looks congestive, but you're making higher lows each time. So, and that formed another spike and channel up. And then we got an overshoot that led to a break, move to a new high. So that's what I saw today. If you want to see my trades, just go into the forum. I'm kind of sick of going over those at the end of the video. So God bless. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.